Tyler Olson. I am the University Program Director at Mousebelt, also one of your co-hosts, Reimagine 2020. Welcome back to the University segment, where we take a look at what's happening in blockchain education at major universities all around the world. Joining me right now are some of the members of the Blockchain Club at Portland State University. I want to go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
Sure. My name is Chris Booth. I am the president of the Blockchain at Portland State Student Club. I am an undergraduate getting my degree in supply chain and logistics management with a minor in sustainability.
Hello, I'm Daniel Kim, and I'm a vice president at Portland State, Blockchain at Portland State. I'm studying finance, minoring in economics.
Hi, I'm Gabriela Mincheva. I'm an undergraduate student at PSU studying marketing and graduating in June. And I'm the director of marketing at the blockchain organization in PSU.
Great. Thank you all for taking some time to hop on a call with me and sort of share a little bit about y'all's experience and kind of what's going on at Portland State University. You know, I've noticed that there's a lot of interesting people in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. You know, I was just talking yesterday with Coin Bros, and they're a cryptocurrency rap group. You know, Ashley and I, who are here at Mousebelt, we have a background in the liberal arts. There's a lot of people that just want to geek out on the tech stuff. You know, there's people that have sort of really heavy and strong political and economic opinions. What I'm getting at here is that there's a lot of variety. There's a lot of different people in this space. And that's because there's a lot of different things that could attract one to what's going on here. So maybe you want to tell me a little bit about kind of your background and how did you end up getting into cryptocurrencies and blockchain, and what specifically interests you? What intrigues you about what's happening in this space?
I think for me, I got into it recently. I started in basically this past summer, with the when the new blockchain certificate program started at Portland State University. I'd heard about blockchain before, mostly in the aspect of Bitcoin, and it seemed interesting, but I didn't know enough about it. And then with this certificate coming up, I felt like it would be a perfect opportunity to add it to my credentials as being part of a new upcoming brand new technology that, from what I can tell so far, is going to kind of reshape the way businesses are done. And so we're coming at it, at least I'm coming at it from a business student perspective, seeing how we can use it to improve businesses, especially in the supply chain area. And I'm kind of focused on how it can be used for like sustainability aspects, like sustainable resourcing through better tracking of resources and things like that.
How about you, Daniel?
Yeah, I think I got in. I mean, I knew about Bitcoin, Ethereum, like Litecoin, around that area, just through the news around 2016, and started catching more and more. And I started I used my small savings to do an investment in a small startup. And I think that's how I really got into knowing what blockchain is and how it functions. And since it was an investment, I had to do some research and know what they're trying to accomplish in the world. So that's when I had to go, and I attended a conference in November 2019, and that's when I learned a lot and started learning more since then.
Okay, and my experience was pretty similar to Chris's. I was first just out the blockchain student certificate at Portland State. And then from there, I joined the program initially, and I also attended the blockchain conference in San Francisco. And since then, I've been interested in using blockchain for supply chain management and also in trading Bitcoin and stable coins. and how they can do for companies as well.
And since y'all have found your way into this space, what's your experience been when you encounter other people? You know, I'm thinking in your general area. I would imagine, you know, from what I remember, Portland is, you know, akin to places like San Francisco Bay Area in certain ways. And I know that in the sort of last 5 years or so, there's been kind of a sort of surge of people that are taking their tech companies over there. So what's your experience been since you've gotten into this space with people in the Portland area?
Yeah, there's been a lot increase of businesses and people interested in getting into the blockchain space. At last fall, we had an event with the Oregon Blockchain I just had Oregon Blockchain Venture Studio, where they accelerated to sponsor a ton of companies to use blockchains in different ways, and they had a presentation, about 4 or 5 that they chose to come and show us kind of what they are doing with the blockchain space, and they were all kind of industries, from healthcare to relief funds and various different aspects, just taking blockchain and using it in different aspects. And so there are a lot of interest especially in Portland, to see what it can do and where it can go.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of support from local companies here, like Coinbase and Smith and Crown, which is a research blockchain research company, and also people, executives from those companies are coming into sit in our board in our blockchain certificate program. So well, I do see that there's an emerging market for it, and then PSU is recognizing it, and all these blockchain companies are recognizing that too. So yeah, that's how I feel how things are going in Portland, Oregon right now.
It's also awesome to see how many different types of companies there are. There are some really large ones that have been successful over the few years blockchain has been around. And then there are some that are popping up just now or have been here for a couple of years. And I know I met the company I work for right now in Portland at the Blockchain Venture Studio event. And everyone has been really nice. There's a high diversity of people from all kinds of backgrounds, but they all are innovators and want to change the way things are around the world.
Sure. And how about at Portland State University? You had mentioned before that y'all have a certificate program that is, I guess it's even still in the works, right? Maybe tell me a little bit about that certificate program and kind of what y'all are doing with the club in general.
Sure, yeah. So the certificate program, it's a business blockchain certificate program. It's one of the first of its kind that we know of. And it's broken down into three terms. It's about 16 credits or so. And basically it takes it from a business perspective on how blockchain, basically what it is, how it's used in a business setting, a little bit of the development side where you're looking at some of the code and stuff, but it's mostly focused on how business students can bring blockchain to connect, the developers with the executives, and like how we can become the link in between to kind of make blockchain technology more mainstream.
Hey guys.
Yeah, what's going on, man? What's happening with the club at Portland State University? What are y'all doing over there to facilitate conversation around blockchain. You know, Chris was just sharing a little bit about what's happening with the certificate program, but maybe you want to say a little bit about what the club is doing with the students.
Yes,
Yeah, so, oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel.
All right, so we just started on fall term of 2019, and I believe we have grown up to 50 members now, and we've been.
You say 50?
Yeah, 50 members. Our member base is 50, even though permanent members are around like 10, 11, 12.
We can say it's 50.
So.
And Gabriella, you were, last time we spoke, you had your eyes on Arizona State University. What's the idea there, going over there, and kind of what's the status of that?
So at the beginning of the school year, me and a few other Portland State students joined the Blockchain Innovation Challenge for Arizona State University. And throughout the year, we were thinking of how to implement supply chain solutions using blockchain for the Air Force. And since then, the plan was to travel to Arizona and present the final prototype we had. But because of the pandemic, that didn't happen. So then we ended up shooting a video and doing that. And we weren't on first place, but we were one of the finalists. And now we're actually still wanting to continue the project out of the competition. And we want to try to create our own company.
I see. And this is with Constellation. Y'all were working with Constellation for that?
So Benjamin from Constellation was helping us out with some of the ideas, yeah. And initially he helped us create the proposal to start the challenge.
Beautiful. Well, Cole, I know that you joined us late. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah. Hi, Tyler. Nice to meet you. I'm the director of education for blockchain. I've been kind of AWOL, sorry guys, because of the whole pandemic and stuff, but I'm back. So let's get things kicked off here.
Welcome back.
What is the Mousebelt organization, Tyler?
Mousebelt is, on the one hand, a blockchain accelerator. So we take early stage startups and we give them seed capital, and we hook them up with engineering hours to basically accelerate their projects. And on the other hand, we are a university initiative. So we noticed that there isn't a whole lot of education being built into the curriculum at universities around blockchain and cryptocurrency. So we wanted to be one of the contributors to building out, an educational platform with courses. We currently have 3 8-week-long courses. We have a couple more in the works. Currently, there are 2 decentralized finance courses in the works.
Have you seen interest spike with the pandemic in cryptocurrency education?
Yeah, actually, it's been a really interesting time for cryptocurrencies.
I think people are looking at it as an alternative investment vehicle right now because they don't trust fiat.
Right. Yeah. I think that sort of the actions of central banks has really exacerbated the interest, and
Agreed.
just the sort of like uncertainty which is looming around everywhere in the world. As the cryptocurrency market performs better and better, I think that we're just going to see it go more and more parabolic in the next year or so.
I think you have a huge opportunities at Portland State University with access to the student population. We should definitely work together.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're a faculty member?
I'm an undergraduate student.
You're an undergraduate student. Yeah. Great. Yeah. I mean, we definitely want to continue the conversation with our student members to, support them with sponsorship and help them travel.
Are you looking for faculty contacts right now too? Like, is that really something you're looking for?
Not necessarily, because if somebody is competent,
we can supply those.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it would be great to continue to work with faculty and people that can build out the curriculum, because there's a lot of mapping out of the space that needs to take place before we really see, like, how does one write the textbook? And by textbook, I don't just mean for any, you know, particular class that you would take, but like literally, what does the curriculum book look like? You know, what are all the different, like, okay, here is blockchain and the ways in which it sort of corresponds to, you know, traditional political theories. How does that sort of overlap with the different economic models that we have? You know, okay, what are all the different branches of the tech world that go into, you know, just like the fundamental questions concerning what a blockchain is, all the way up to, you know, how to sort of implement ZK snarks to a protocol, right? There's all these different things that are happening. And so to sort of really understand how to write a cohesive, you know, educational plan, we need to first map out kind of what all those branches and sort of corners of the space are. And so, yeah, that is just to say that we continue to hope with, we hope to continue working with faculty and other competent individuals to build out basically those courses.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to meet you today.
So everyone, we're starting to run out of time here. Cole, I'm sorry that you hopped on late, but we're glad to have you here even towards the end. I'm going to throw this last question out to you, and sort of we can just take it in turn. As we were just talking about a little bit, it's been a really interesting year, if you haven't noticed. How do we think things are going to unfold from this point going forward? How do we want to reimagine 2020?
Well, at Portland State, as a student club, we want to provide resources for people, students, to come in and just learn about blockchain. And that's been hard for some people, because they can't just know about the blockchain certificate program and want to take a class right away, since they already have a course and degree, like the program already scheduled. So I think as a student club, we just provide information to people who are interested and have them decide if they want to pursue in this career or not. And I think in 2020, we will have more students come in, because of the uncertainty in the economics, and also just how blockchain is, how big companies are adapting to blockchain technology.
Yeah, and to kind of spring off what Daniel said, I mean, blockchain itself is kind of a difficult concept to wrap your head around. So we want to be like an easy on-ramp for students to kind of, you know, figure out what it is, get, you know, become comfortable with it, and then they can go and join the certificate program. They can do, you know, go and join like a competition thing like Gabriella did. Just make it easier for students to come in and learn about it in a friendly environment, so they can, you know, learn more and do what they want with it.
Yeah, and I'm also a teaching assistant at the blockchain program at PSU, and I can see how many new courses they're coming up. And it's really interesting how the professors come up with the course content as the course goes, so that they can adapt everything to the students. And I think they should continue doing that, and the student organization will get more and more students as the program goes on, because more people will get interested in the space.
What I've seen so far with blockchain in our organization is that people are initially drawn to it because of the cryptocurrency aspect, but then they start to learn about blockchain and the technology and become more and more interested and involved. But it's really seems to be the crypto that gets people in the door.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I think, the most clever aspect of the undergirding technology, is that it's only efficient when you sort of couple it with this like money property, right? This sort of currency property. And so it's interesting how we're sort of drawn in, because there's, you know, sort of unprecedented financial incentivization But then you start to see, you're like, well, you can't decouple that from what's happening in the technology. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that changes things once more and more people come to realize that. All right, folks, Portland State University, a lot going on in blockchain education over there. I thank you all again for hopping on a quick call with me to sort of shed some insight and to reimagine 2020.
Definitely, thank you.
Talk to you soon.
See you later.
Thank you.
You're tuned in to Reimagine 2020. Stay tuned to learn more about the state of the art in blockchain education and technological development all around the world. Reimagine 2020.